the metagame.
Looks like Lowe is taking a mulligan. Looks like Camidge is happy with the 7 that he has already. So game 3 will be underway shortly. That was the worst high five I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was
Oh my. There we go. Redeemed himself.
a better high five.
That one was, I give that a 6.
Didn't seem like William was into it. I mean, it seemed like he was doing it more to placate Nick than any enthusiasm in the moment.
Understood. Understood. But that first high five was that actual,
Redemption.
I think, a negative score. The
initial
high five may have been in the negatives.
Oh, yeah, that
if
was
we're on a 1 out of 10 scale.
That was a warning-worthy high five.
We can't have that. Not on camera.
If I see a second one like that, you're out of here.
Yep. Both players settling in here for one more match this weekend. It's been a long, long day of Magic here. But again, it has been fun. A lot of the locals getting to make a name for themselves this weekend. The named players, the players watching the board, they didn't really have a good weekend. Outside of Joe Lissette in the Standard Open, yikes.
Yeah, not much. Not much going on.
And it sounds like Joe finished in 25th this weekend with Miracles in the Legacy portion. So it gives him 4 points, moves him 4 points ahead of Alex Bertensini, leading the race here for the invite to the Players Championship in Season 3.
Yep, big stuff.
Grimlov Mancer to start. Lowe gonna draw a card. A Plains and a Top. That's important.
It is, again, as you mentioned, the most important card in the deck.
Camidge gonna sacrifice a Wooded Foothills. Go get a Mountain. We'll see what the 2-drop is gonna be. Could be multiple things this turn, of course. You see the leading with the Plains means that it's the likelihood of there being a turn 2 counterbalance is very low. Lissette plays Mystic Gate. And Lowe does not.
Yeah, we were looking for the same card.
Yeah.
Copyright Joe Lissette, 1 Mystic Gate.
Yeah. Nobody does it like Joe, I tell you. Lowe with a Force Will. Looks like a couple blue cards in hand as well. So we're going to start here by attacking for 1, it looks like. Lowe going to go down to 19. And now here's Nidalon, so it's a creature plan. Well, Determinist could make look foolish here. But the upkeep, Lowe is going to top.
Wonder if Lowe's just kept a very landlight hand. It's often what it means when someone's topping in their upkeep like this.
Looks like Lowe found an island, the 3rd card down. So taking a look at things, wants to make sure he knows what Eidolon does. Power Static Pillar style. For William, he'll have to be careful what spells he plays.
Yeah, now he may be under the gun enough, even this early on in the game, that he's got to set up Terminus pronto.
There's Island off the top. Camidge is going to take a draw.
Oh.
That one's good.
Sulfuric Vortex is a heater in this matchup.
Oh, got to sacrifice Scalding Tarn. Go down to 18. See if he does try to deploy the powerful enchantment. There's your Mountain.
And even if this eats a Force of Will, I mean, that's still a win.
Yeah, he gets 2 cards.
Yep.
Well, here's an attempt at a Sulfuric Vortex. Spinning at the top to begin things here for Lowe in response. Of course, Camidge will take 2 to cast the Sulfuric Vortex, even if it doesn't result.
Yeah, it's a trigger.
So, down to 16. Cards are placed back on top by Lowe. And wow.
That just resolved? I mean, if this is in play, creatures plus Vortex this early on in the game,
there's like no coming back.
Yeah.
I think that's in play. Well, I think that's in play.
Okay.
Yikes. Maybe he doesn't have Force Will in his hand. I think that could be the situation here. Yeah, there's a Flooded Strand.
Yeah, I thought he had Force. Yeah, it's just a bunch of other blue cards.
It's a different looking counterspell, because I was thinking the exact same thing. I thought there was Force plus blue card. And there's a Vortex trigger here. So we will make sure that we do have our life totals updated here appropriately. Now Vortex is going to deal some more damage here. So Camidge is going to just keep dealing himself damage, but that's A-okay.
Bryan here with just the best curve.
Yeah, it's a really good start. Would you rather have Lavamancer or Guide?
It's close. I mean, probably guide.
Okay.
But
I mean, the curve is, I mean, it's 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
You know, and it's permanents that stay in play instead of just, you know, burn spells. And Eidolon is really going to make life difficult on what Lo can cast. There's an Entreat the Angels. That's going to be for 1. So you're going to sacrifice the fetch land. That can get in front of the Eidolon. Lo will have to take 2 from that.
Yeah, assuming that the trigger is remembered here.
I search for a Tundra. And searching for Tundra, of course, turns on Price of Progress. And the reason I think he has to search for Tundra is because he has Counterbalance in hand.
Yeah.
He wants to have that on the table.
Although this does, oddly enough, turn on Bryan's Searing Blaze.
This is true.
Yeah, so not a shabby turn all told.
We could also just, I don't think he's put on, yeah, he hasn't put a land yet.
Not a card you would expect to come up in this matchup, but not a horrible trade all told.
Yeah, I was wondering if he had played a land yet so he could Searing Blaze and Lavamancer the token.
Yeah.
And then Eidolon can keep on working. And it actually isn't going to trigger the Eidolon because the actual converted mana cost is going to be 4. It's actually going to be, 5. But the miracle cost is an alternate casting cost. Rules. There's Searing Blaze from Camidge. So get that Angel out here. Angel's actually a way to steal the game, too.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of important, I think. Rift Bolt will be suspended.
Not a shabby draw.
Yeah, I think Camidge has to be favored here. There's a
Vortex is a disaster for miracles if it resolves. And you're seeing, I mean,
there's Ponder.
You're seeing why here. It's hard for William to answer the creatures and a Vortex and the burn spells. Too many angles of attack.
Too quick, too.
Too fast, too furious.
Is that a reference to the movie?
Or it can just be a statement.
Okay.
Doing the math here. And Bryan's last card, of course, Fire Blast.
Well, duh.
I didn't show up to the finals to not have my best draw.
What do you think my last card is?
Right. What else would it be?
Yeah. Time to shuffle with Ponder. Yeah, not a very good mulligan here for Lo. And he just got kind of ran out of the gym. And Counterbalance. You're a little late. Yeah. Lavamancer gonna go to work. Lo down to 6. Make it 3. Of course, Camidge will have to take some damage from his Vortex.
That's a big cost.
Yeah. Lavamancer going to put him down to 1, pass the turn back. Yeah, sure. Brainstorm will resolve. Fire Blast is
Won't even let it have that.
Yeah. Don't you even think about drawing 3 cards. Bryan,
Stop. Put your hands where I can see them.
Bryan Camidge got to win game number 1 here over William Lo. Burn up a game over Blood Red Miracles. Both players going to go to the sideboards. We'll be heading that way in just a moment. But it's time for one more trivia question. Patrick has the rules, and I have the question.
So, as Cedric mentioned, he has the question. He's going to ask you. You're going to tweet your answer at SCG Live and hashtag SCG Premium. Of the correct responses, one will be selected at random for an entire year of Star City Games premium content. Don't worry about responding first, and just accurately. And please keep in mind, this contest is run at the sole discretion of StarCityGames.com, and that Twitch is not in any way affiliated with giveaways on the streams.
Next weekend, you're going to be in Bend, Oregon. I'm going to be doing coverage with Patrick Chapin. We're going to be in Portland. So you can delete Portland in Twitter now. The question is the week after Portland, where are you and I going to be for coverage?
Okay. We're skipping ahead.
Got him.
Got him.
I got him.
Tricked him.
Portland, huh? You thought it was going to be Portland for 12 months. No, it's not. Where are we going to be in 2 weeks on the Open Series? Name that city, hashtag SCG Premium. Make sure you're following SCG Live, and we will announce the winner at the conclusion of this match, which is currently being led by Burn.
Very quick.
It was quick.
Like I said, if you don't have counterbalance fast, the rest of your defensive measures are pretty clunky. So, you know, it's not like you're playing against these Delver decks that are clocking you and they have dazes and spell pierces. I mean, they don't have a lot going on besides the lock.
Yeah.
So you can win these games.
Well, we turn our attention to the sideboard here. Blue-White-Red Miracles is going to get better after board. You see it here. A whole lot of 1s and 2s. Explosives, Needle, Relic Progenitus, Assault for Elemental, 2 Rest in Peace, 2 Flusterstorm, Pyroblast, 2 copies of Red Elemental Blast, Aware and Tear, Vendilion Click, and Treat the Angels, a Supreme Verdict. I think that William has to get creative here.
Well, I think that, you know, I would want to bring in the Flusterstorms for sure. And I think that he would be well served bringing in the Entreat in this matchup because I think he needs to get more aggressive. He can only fend off for so long. So I think that he actually needs to take more of a beatdown approach here, try to end the game quickly.
On the other side of things, pretty straightforward sideboard. 2 Snaring Bridge, 3 Relic Regenis, 3 Vexing Shusher, 2 Mindbreak Trap, 2 Searing Blood, 3 copies of Smash to Smithereens, maybe Shusher.
Remove 3x Searing Blaze, add 3x Vexing Shusher.
Deal.
End of sideboard.
Deal.
Very easy.
Is Shusher actually good here?
It's okay. It does give him some play against counterbalance, and even just having more creatures in the deck is an upgrade over having that Searing Blaze slot. But I found it to be overrated against counterbalance strategies.
I haven't seen a Shusher in a while. A long time since I've
Big
seen that card.
Shushes. I played him at Grand Prix Columbus in 2010 in my sideboard.
How'd that go?
It was really good against Guillaume Wafotapa's like 27 counterspell deck.
You don't say.
But that was really the only time I brought it on the weekend.
You don't say. Big Shush against Wafotapa.
Yeah, it was really good against him.
You're telling me he's playing a control deck.
Yeah, and I control deck with lots of counterspells.
This Legacy?
Yes.
Columbus. Was this
Oh, the Allurin. This is the Allurin Columbus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does this keep coming up in coverage? You keep finding a way to bring this up to dagger me.
Well, I'm not trying to dagger you, but it is weird how much I bring it up. Now that you mention it, it is really strange how often I bring it up.
It seems to find its way to the broadcast every single week.
Yeah, no, I know.
It is like my second most embarrassing tournament, and yet you find a way every week.
Well, it's worth mentioning. Because it isn't just about your tournament. I mean, you submarined many of American Magic's finest with that deck.
A spectacular failure for many, but...
Not only that, but how many copies of Imperial Recruiter did people have to flag down? 4 times, I don't know, however many people.
6 or 7.
That's a lot of money. I mean, that's thousands of dollars.
And they should be thanking me.
So you ruined however many tournaments.
I think
thousands of dollars in sunk value.
I think maybe one person cashed for the deck. Maybe.
A blow to your credibility as someone who can suggest decks. I mean, it's really taken until Jund Monsters for you to really recoup that.
Yeah, that's true.
Jund Monsters has been a big boon, though. It's been a big boon.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I am a real innovator, as it were.
You did add Terminates to the Shivan Dragon Mirror match. This has defined standard now for 6 months.
You can basically call me a regular Patrick Chapin if you like, because that's what I am.
That is innovation.
You are correct about that.
That is innovation. It's nothing but Shivan Dragons. I found a way to add a couple terrors to the deck. And now I have a Shivan Dragon, you cast yours, I have terror for it.
Yep.
For all you know, I could have a second Shivan Dragon. I mean, how are you even supposed to win?
You just put me in the Hall of Fame.
Right, lock it up.
That's right.
It is intriguing how long it took people to get to that next step, though, you know.
I'm just glad I was here.
But still, credits due. Credits due where credits due.
Thank you very much. Game number 2 will be underway here shortly between Blood Red Miracles and Burn. William Lowe will be on the play. I don't think it's going to look like the first game. I think we're going to see something different here.
Well, you know, again, William has to mulligan pretty aggressively in the matchup. He's sensitive to finding his pieces very quickly because he doesn't have time, as we saw in that other game.
It's all about counterbalance.
It is all about that.
That's what it's all about. Straight up.
the ceiling of Williams' cards is higher than almost any other deck in the format for the matchup. But his middle cards in the matchup, his mid-tier cards, are worse than what most Legacy decks bring to the table against Burn.
Some people are asking what is my most embarrassing tournament. It was without a doubt Pro Tour Disaster Dam, as I call it, which was Pro Tour Amsterdam. At that time, I was known for playing Kithkin and White Weenie in all formats. I played one of the worst dredge decks of all time, and White Weenie won the Pro Tour.
Sure.
That's the tournament that actually got me to take a hiatus from Magic because I was so embarrassed at my performance and my deck selection.
Pro Tour Columbus was my version of that.
Yeah. It actually made me hang it up. If I had went to Worlds that year, because I was 1 point away from being back on the train, I would have qualified and been on the train for another year, and I said, absolutely not. And I just stopped.
We have a little downtime. I'll tell you about Columbus. It was really bad.
I can't wait. Lava Spike. Targeting William down to 17. See William's hand now. He does have counterbalance, wear tear as well over there. Gonna spin the top, looking, I imagine, for blue sources. There is an island, a spell pierce, and a counter spell. So there's the island, halfway home to counterbalance.
Got to be happy with that set of cards.
Camidge, Mountain, Shusher. You know it's a goblin, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. As a goblin. You better believe it. What did you think it was?
I would have guessed some sort of like gremlin or I don't know, man.
You know, the gremlin tribe. A very popular one in Magic.
Yeah.
An island going to come into play here.
Some sort of maybe. Oh, it is a shaman. Okay. Right, because it's race class. Like, shaman's his job.
Yeah.
Goblin's his creature type. Like human commentator.
Yep.
Goblin shaman.
Let's get some new tokens.
Yeah.
Right away. Human commentator.
Human commentator
Yeah.
token. And Vexing Shusher does give him a shot at breaking out of the counterbalance lock.
It's like the perfect card to have.
Yeah.
Now, what he's got to do, I think, with Shusher, right, is you play the spell and then make an uncounterable right away, right? With the counterbalance trigger on the stack?
You have to do, yeah, because once counterbalance trigger resolves, it's revealed and then it's there or it's not. You can't Shusher after the fact.
So all your spells cost 1 more.
Yes.
Essentially.
Once counterbalance is in play.
Okay. Okay. Shusher can be a little bit confusing. So I want to make sure we knew exactly how that one worked. And it looks like you see the judge talking to both players here. Make sure they understand everything that does work there. There is counterbalance. That's the 1-2 punch. But Camidge does have the 1 card to work himself out of this. So Camidge going to take a draw. It is a mountain. See a spike of Vortex, a price of progress. Price looking really bad right now. In comes the Shusher.
But it's still better than the Searing Blazes that were in that slot
Oh,
before.
but of course.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's the worst card in the deck.
Eidolon. Here's this. I'm just going to make an uncounterable right now. Yep. Slide right on through. Right on through. So counterbalance, trigger. Can't go on the stack if it wants to, but the spell's uncounterable.
Yeah. Good stuff. It's be a great return to prominence for the Vexing Shusher.
Hey, it's not over yet. So low, wondering how many cards the opponent does have right now. Everyone wants to know what Shusher does.
Yeah.
So you wonder what Lowe's looking for here. Terminus is probably the best card.
Yeah, he needs to sweep up this board, and then he can apply the lock.
Yeah, Brainstorm too to put. I think he has Terminus in his hand, so Brainstorm to put Terminus back on top, of course, and get this stuff out of play so that he can reestablish the soft lock of counterbalance plus top. But has to tread lightly here because under the gun right away.
And there is a Terminus, but I don't know if he has a way to set it on top just yet.
Hands look. Ugh, that hand is bad. I mean, I don't know what the top 3 cards are, but the cards in hand are bad.
He needs a Brainstorm.
the hand right now is Wear and Tear, which I guess isn't terrible because it can kill Eidolon.
Yeah.
So that's a bonus. I mean, at a cost, of course, of 2 life. There's a Terminus, there's an Entreat, and there's a Spell Pierce.
How's William at 16?
So into the red zone. And you see, Camidge is a little bit scared to run into something here. You saw the no attack with the Shusher.
Yeah.
Because of, I think, the fear of Entreat the Angels.
He needs the Shusher to win the game. I mean, I don't mind holding back here this turn.
And to be fair, it doesn't have to be Entreat. It could also be Vendilion Click or Snapcaster or Venser. Like, there's a lot of cards that Camidge could run into. Low's going to take 2, go down to 12. So Eidolon did some decent work there. I think you see him kind of throw his fist there a little bit, saying, I kind of needed that. So now the big question is, how do you pace the spells here?
I like leading off with Spike and activating Shusher.
Yeah, there's Spike plus Shusher. There that is. Yeah, you
Can't pierce it.
Yeah.
Can't counterbalance
Yeah.
it.
If you pierce it, you just pay again.
Shh.
Yeah. Spin that top again. Swords, Caracas, Jace. I think you gotta keep swords right now. Shusher's causing too many problems.
Yeah, William is close to applying the lock here. I mean, he can go ahead and plow this Shusher, land Jace, and start doing that.
I think you gotta get that thing off the table. It's just causing too much trouble. Looks like Low may leave Caracas on top. If that's a choice, I don't love that. Let's keep one thing in mind here. Camidge played pretty safely that turn without, with the no attack of the Shusher.
Yeah.
That 2 damage,
No, I can appreciate waiting. I mean, you're right, but I think the Shusher is too important. He can't win the game otherwise.
This is a Jace. So Jace is going to come into play. Of course, going to start at 3. But of the cards, the 3 that Low looked at, didn't take the swords. Took Caracas, put that into play, drew a card with top. Now he's going to bounce Shusher.
Just needs a little breathing space here.
Grim Lavamancer the draw. We know there's a 1 on top. So you can just replay Shusher if you'd like. I'm not sure I'm in love with that Jace line. One Fire Blast, 2 Price of Progress, Grim Lavamancer, Sulfuric Vortex, and Vexing Shusher, the hand here for Camidge. Might just time to redeploy.
Yeah, I don't think he really can do anything else. You can try to land Vortex. That's the high upside play, but there's a lot of risks there. Although if it does resolve, he does have a very good shot of winning this game.
Yeah, there's going to take an attempt. What's actually pretty nice about this is if Low counters this, he's got to lose his top.
Yeah.
He had to sacrifice the fetch land, tops on top of the deck. And, yep, that's what he's going to do. So this is a miniature win here for Camidge. It's certainly minor because Jace is in play.
Yes.
And that means that Jace has the opportunity to, of course, brainstorm this turn because it's underneath no pressure.
And a sacked fetch land is a small little boon here for Bryan as well. Game to 8 is a big deal. See momentarily though. This feels like it's got to get pierced though.
Yeah, I mean, of course, can trigger counterbalance, and that is a Sulfur Elemental, so that's a hit.
Sulfur Elemental?
Gotta get the clock started.
I guess.
I'm surprised to see it too, trust me.
I didn't think it was going to go down like that. Right now, if I'm William, just end this now. Send Treat on top and end it.
Yeah. The thing is, there's no need to get too creative. It's so important for you just to get the game over with.
Yeah.
The more turns you play, even though you have a Jace in play, I think the worse it is.
I mean, even double Fire Blast could kill him potentially.
Mm-hmm. Big shush.
Shh.
Wooded Foothill is going to get sacrificed. There may be a response here, maybe not. There's a Brainstorm response. Here's a Terminus in response to the fetch. 2, 3. So 2 cards are going to have to go back here. Terminus won't be one of them. And we saw this in the last match with Lowe. He's slow to convert into a win. You know, I think that, this is the reason that Entreat's in the deck, is because you get the opportunity to just, okay, you're dead.
Yeah.
We're done talking here. You just lose. And having the ability to do that is the real reason I think that card's in the deck. You see the hand right now, double Force Will and Sulfur Elemental.
Getting that Shusher off the table is a big deal, though, because, again, William could have still conceivably lost this game to something like 2 copies of Fire Blast.
I like the price of progress here a lot.
It's a good play.
This would be for 4. There's Crocus in play and a Flooded Strand in play. If William sacrifices the Flooded Strand, he loses the cards that he put back with Brainstorm. Presumably they're good, to save himself a point of damage.
Yeah, I mean, this is Entreat. And he doesn't want to play this game for that much longer, It gets dangerous here. He sacks his fetch land. Even if he gets a basic, he's looking at going to 5. And, that's no safe place to be.
Yeah, that's why I just like Entreat so much here, is just, get the game over with. Don't play any more turns. There's nothing Camidge can do about that, outside of double Fire Blast or something like that. You have the opportunity to really control the game, but also end the game, because you're not really going to get pure control of it, I think.
Things you can't beat anyway are going to kill you.
Yep.
But you're opening up multiple turns, and I think William may be overestimating how strong of a lock he has on this game. You can see this price of progress doesn't look that threatening, but it's forcing some response here for William. This is uncomfortable territory.
And the other thing, too, is now that Entreat is gone, how's he going to win the game?
Yeah, he's got to go find something to win with Jace again.
Because he had the tool to win with, and now it's gone. Price is actually going to take down Jace. I mean, that's fine, too.
Yeah, I think Jace is just good enough to finish off here.
Especially when you know the top card of your opponent's deck is a brick. I mean, you don't have the information of their hand, but presumably not very good. You saw Lowe thought about playing that Tundra, slowed down a little bit, so Camidge is going to draw a card. It's a mountain.
And now, play goes on. I mean, it's a game.
Grim Lavamancer going to be put to the test. Take a look. It's an island. That's not good.
This game might have gotten away. William has to strongly consider countering this, I feel like.
Yeah, with Force of Will. Just hard casting it. Yep. Bryan knows the top card is blank.
Yeah, just an island.
So I think there's a real consideration of firing off price of progress for 2, puts you to 5. Fire Blast, puts you to 1. That shuts off all your fetch lands. I'm just going to pass the turn back, so he's going to maybe wait to pick a better spot. The only reason I like that spot is because the top card of the deck is a blank.
Yeah.
So the spells are going to resolve. So now here's Price. Here's a Trigger. There's a Relic of Progenitus. So puts you down to 5.
And looks like counterspell in hand.
Counterbalance.
Oh,
not counterspell. That's a big deal.
Oh my goodness.
It's Fire Blast? Oh no.
Those are counterbalances. I mean, he's.
Oh no. Oh, you're at 1.
Who does?
Oh, you are at none. That is going to do it. Bryan Camidge wins the tournament with Burn, and he's giving you a shout out.
Yeah, word, man. I appreciate it.
Oh no. Oh no. We can't stop him.
Yeah.
We can try, but I don't think we can. It's high five territory. Congratulations to Bryan Camidge. Number 1 overall seed does not lose a match with Burn, our Legacy Open champion.
You cannot play a game that long in that spot. Again, I think William just needs to throw over the entreat and try to end the game in two turns. He had counterbalance in play, Jace, possibly overestimated the extent of a lock he had on that game. And back-to-back Fire Blasts, just like in 1997.